Hello everyone, hello everyone. It is me, Just Me Audrey Lane. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. I got it because I know it's over here now. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to Just Be Audrey Lane um, on all of the social media platforms. I thank you for liking and sharing and commenting. I thank you for you being your God-given Just Be and your beautiful name that you have. I am actually not going to be on long because I've been finding out that it's been issues with the videos being posted, and I'm not sure, is it because of the length or what, I'm not sure, but I wanted to get on to just tell you guys just the delight in the delight of God being in our lives. And also it was a two thing for me, because not only is it delight, delight is the light, the light, THE light. We have a light on us. People see us and it just, man, they can't even grasp or get, like what is coming up out of us, and where we are now. And I say that because I had a customer that actually came in today. Now, mind you, with COVID being a little bit lifted, it's not all the way there. So, guys, make sure you wear your mask and protect yourself and everything. But I was at work and I had my mask down because um, I think I was drinking water or something. I'm not sure what it was, but my mask was down. And he stopped and he looked at me. He was like, "Wow, you have a gorgeous smile." Because my manager was on the side of me. Her and I were kind of talking. And he was like, "Wow, you have a gorgeous smile." And I said, "Well, thank you." And I went back into working and everything. And it was more so of what I thought of what another person was coming to say about, you have just this wonderful personality. You are a sweet and wonderful girl. And I'm like, well, thank you again. And all I could think about is drawing the two connections together of God. Man, you have truly have it where you are coming up and out of me. People see you. I'm just the person here that is down here on this earth. And I pray and I hope that I represent you well, God, because for people to actually see that and see His light is, it's like, make sure you are walking productively. Make sure you are speaking with a kind, loving voice. Make sure you have, God really reigning and coming up out of you. Because people are watching. I just said that. People are watching. People see us. People do, like, wow, it's something different about them. They see it, and I love that it's all God. Truly, I love it. It's the God in me. It's the God in me. Things that happen, and how I will react before. I thank God that He has me totally act in a totally different behavior. I have a totally different mindset, and you can have that too. You can have that too. Remember when I said, like, having this walk and being on this journey for Christ, it's hard out here living for Christ. But the joys and the wonder that we get from making sure we are staying productive and in purpose in Him, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It used to be hard for me to kind of take where people will be like, "Oh, you are such a nice person," or "You are such this." I truly say, God, you get the glory. I thank you for it. So I wanted to come on and just basically tell you about delight. Delight in God's glory. Delight in what He is doing in your life. Delight in the fact of, man, you do have the light in you and on you. People see it. And the reason why I say the delight is, I want us to make sure we stay out of negative and bad behaviors. Don't go into corrupt thinking. Don't go into corrupt behavior. You know, keep yourself away from corrupt, individuals. Don't be around people who absolutely want to stay grounded in one specific, just, oh, this is what I know, this is all I know, this is what I can't do that, that's not for me. You can actually show people God's light, but being productive and going on and growing. And God will definitely get a hold of them. Remember now, don't go back into behaviors so that you can fit in with people. It's okay for you to stand out. There's a reason why God have you stand out, because you won't be standing on your own. He is standing there with you. So you don't have to go with the in crowd and be all with that kind of behavior, because before you know it, even with, you say, oh, I have God on me, I have God in me. We have to make sure we hang around people who are sharpeners, because if you hang around people that are actually erasers, at some point you're never going to be sharpened. You're just going to be dull. There's nothing in you that's going to be growing. You're going to want to fit in with them. You're going to behave the way that they behave. You're going to be out there doing things that you shouldn't be doing, because you know how to fit in with them. Go stand out and be uncomfortable with people. Be uncomfortable with the people who are actually sharpening you, because you're learned within that uncomfortability. You're growing, and growth is uncomfortable. It is. I'll be sitting here lying to you like, oh, it's nice and pretty and sunshine and cupcakes. No. Growth is amazing though. It's amazing. I love the fact that growth in me now is totally different than what it was before. I didn't even realize I was growing before, and now I can actually see situations on how I handle things and how I handle myself and how I carry myself. It's totally different than what it was before. You know, when God take down blinders and have you see yourself for who you are and who He is having you become, you be like, ooh, Jesus, thank you. Delight in Him. Delight in what He is doing in you. Remember that it is amazing that we can come up out of nasty behavior and nasty attitudes, and we can go forth and grow. Don't be around gossip. Don't be around corrupt, lying behavior. Behavior that's not you. Behavior that is not you. You don't want that life for you no more. We don't want that life. And the reason why I bring that up really is because the light that we have in us, man, we have to make sure we have it and we carry it productively, because the people that we used to hang around and the people that see us, they're watching and they want to see that this is possible for me too. Because we all had said it at one point, that's not going to be me. I don't want that. That's like not for me. Yeah, I'm going to do this. But seeing that kind of behavior is monkey see, monkey do. Monkey do the same as you. So it will be where they'll see a productive growth in you and be like, wow, I know what kind of behavior that they used to have. That can be possible for me. What? God did that for them. I did that kind of behavior, and it can be possible for me. And how about this? We got to make sure we're sharpeners so we can sharpen them through the experience as well, because we are ourselves being sharpened. That's why I say hang around people who are smarter than you are and smarter who I am, and have different areas for me to grow in, because I want to learn all of that. I want to grow in all of what they're doing. And how about this? That leaves it where my children, because that's why I'm like, my children, I am an example for my children. Like, I know what my mother has gone through, and they don't see everything, but they know, like, this is my mother. She has gone through this and grown through this. This is possible for me too. So let me cut off behaviors. Let me cut off people. Let me put in God and let me do more in Him. Because it's possible. Just where we thinking that our kids are not paying no attention to us, you better not have that in your head, because they are. Because my kids listen to me, and I used to think they didn't. But now I listen to one particular song. It's one of my mother's favorite songs. And my daughter just bust out started singing it. And they've been doing that lately, and I have to be like, thank goodness that, my kids know what I have gone through. And however, they are seeing what I am going through now. And they're adapting the behaviors of God, because they see that I know what my mom went through, and she is holding on to God, and she's moving forth in God. I want the same for me, and they have been doing it. And I thank God for Him showing them that this is possible for them. So we can break them chains of corrupt behavior within our family. We don't have to keep them generational curse things going on where we lived a certain way and we like, oh, this will never be possible. You can break the chain. You can ask God to remove that from you. You can be the first. You can be the first in your family to grow and do something. You can be the first to stand up. You can be the first to go to college. You can be the first to buy a home. You can be the first to buy a car. You can be the first to get married. I know in my case, I'm the first for a lot of things. And I'm okay with that. I'm growing in that. And I love it because I can set a great example for my children to be like, this is possible because I seen my mother do it. So I want you guys to take time out to really delight in what God is doing in you. Be the light that He is in you. People are watching you. People are watching, and they want to know that this God, that this woman or man has in them, I want this joy and peace that they have. So I want to go and see God for myself. I want to have a relationship with God, because if He did it for them, I know He'll do it for me. If He's doing all of these miracles and wonders and signs in their life, man, what do He have in store for me? So we got to make sure that we represent God well. Make sure you represent Him well. And man, this is actually the second video. I already kind of did one video, but I didn't really like it because I didn't like going into the fact of some corrupt behavior. And not even, I don't want to be where I'm saying someone else's behavior and everything is corrupt. And not even saying about their behavior. I was talking about my behavior. I had a corrupt behavior because I was hanging around people who I felt like, I can, this is what they're doing, I'm going to do it too. Or how about this? I was doing the behavior, so let me corrupt somebody else and do the behavior too. I can't do that. I don't want that for my life. So I want to be around people who I can, if you want to do something, yes, I can help you in that. I can, be a sharpener with you. And I bring that up because my niece and I, we go to the same church. We had choir rehearsal tonight, and we both were just sitting there laughing about how much of us is actually talking with our church members. And today was like a choir rehearsal like no other. We were actually like bringing it tonight. Not only with singing, that's one thing. We have beautiful voices. That's something. That's amazing. But we was absolutely like acting a fool. Was trying to just get things together and dancing and moving, and it just was wonderful because it was like, man, God, I thank you so much for letting me know, show up and participate. Be a part of. Be a part of. Celebrate your loved ones around you because they're my loved ones. They're church members. We all go to the same body. So having that mentality of participating, having that mentality of I want to delight in you, God, helps me delight in the presence of what is going on around. It helps me to show up and be there and be around. It helps me with God. All of these people that you have here in different fields and different things going on with them, God, we come together and we grow in love in you. And I'm telling her how it's like, yeah, do you see that it's possible? Because she was talking about how she wants to start reaching out to people and actually getting to know and have relationships with people. And I said, it's never too late. Don't knock yourself off of, oh, it's too late. I've been going here for so long. No, open up your mouth, talk with them. You know, people may not be able to get back to you right away, because she, believe it or not, is young, so she doesn't do social media and stuff like that. She's a person who literally calls. She would pick up her phone and call. So I told her, why don't you call them and ask them what is the best way of communicating? Do you prefer text? Do you do like text messages? I mean, well, yeah, text messages. Do you do the phone calls? And if you do, what's the good time for you? It's nothing wrong. Like, I find it like funny, but then it's real. When I'm like, come on, we gonna have a phone date. And I have that with a couple of my friends. Like, okay, I pictured you in at this time, and she'll be like, okay, yep, all right. So you call me. I had one Tuesday. You call me Tuesday at 6:30, and I got you on Thursday. And she calls me about like 5. You know, it's just like with kids and everything, setting up play dates. You have to. You allow that time out for you to have a conversation, for you to actually be a part of and grow. And if that's something you have to do, do it. That is a wonderful thing. So you don't have to worry about, oh my goodness, I am not actually, having relationships with people. You can. It's just not always going to be where you can sit there and have it on your time. Keep in mind, other people are busy too. They have lives of themselves. They have families like you have a family. They have jobs like you have a job. So don't be sitting there like as though you don't have where you could reach out to people. That'd be the enemy trying to get you and be like, oh, they don't never have time for me. Did you set up time? Sometimes you may have to set up a time. But don't let the enemy tell you, oh yeah, you don't want to come here. Oh, you don't want to be a part of this. You don't need to be in no church because don't nobody really want to talk with you. No, that's the enemy trying to get in your head and trick you. And sometimes it could just be where, one, I don't want to give an enemy that much credit because he ain't that daggone powerful over me. No, God is. You have to get out of your own head to not even have that kind of thinking for yourself. You got to say, that's not correct. Nope. I'm going to be the one that reach out. I'm going to be the one that talk to him. I'm going to be the one that set up a time. I'm going to be the one that be like, okay, you can't talk to me at this time. You let me know. So we cannot have that kind of mentality. It came to me about corrupt behavior. And I have a lot more to say about it, but I actually need to talk and have a good conversation with God on it. Because when it came to me yesterday, I was like, yeah, okay, God. But I don't know if this is you, or if this is me, or if this is my crazy head. But I do know that if it's meant to come back up, God will bring it up to me. He will bring it up to me. But I say for myself, I stay away from that kind of mentality and behavior. I don't want to be around somebody who always wants to gossip or participate in it. I don't even want it anywhere near me. I'm not a fan of that. That's not healthy. and you can't be around it, even if you don't open up your mouth and say anything. Because the fact that you being around it, it still seeps into your pores, and at some point, it starts coming up out of you. And we don't need that kind of behavior around us. We don't need the behavior of lying, and the behavior of talking about people, and the behavior of listening about what's going on with somebody. You don't know what is going on in someone's home at all. You don't know what's going on in someone's mind. And how I know that, because for me, Audrey Lane, I don't even know what's going on in my mind. I don't even know what's going on all the way in my home. And you can sit here and you say how you don't know. I'm being honest and truthful. And if you don't want to be honest and truthful with yourself, I go to work, I come home, I go to the gym, I'm at Bible study, I'm at a lot of different places. I'm at the store, whether it's a corner store, a market, a Walmart, or whatever. There is not every part of the day where you know everything that's going on in your home. And I have cameras. And still don't know. This button. So I stay away from the corrupt behavior. I stay away from the corrupt mentality. Because that stuck with me. Bad company, and I know I'm saying it wrong, but that bad company corrupts morals. Bad behavior. And it's also like, for me, I say it's victim behavior, because it's where you ever be around people who all they know how to do is talk about the woe is me, the woe is me, the woe is me, and the next thing you know, all you talking about is the woe is me, the woe is me, and the woe is me, and that's where you have that common thing with that person. And then that, for me, lets me know sometimes if that is always happening to you, somehow you're the common denominator of it. And that's why I, for myself, had to get up and remove myself from certain behavior, and remove myself from crowds, and remove myself from the bad mentality and thinking. I don't want that for my life. At all. You don't owe it to anybody to be like, oh, why are you changing what you think you're better? No. I want better, I want to do better, and I cannot be around this behavior, because it does not help me in any kind of growth. And I wouldn't even say you got to explain it in that whole mentality. You can say no and just walk away. Man, and that came to me because I am, it came to me because watching that kind of behavior, I just was like, man, you gotta move away from it. Change the subject. Let the person know, stop. Stop. And I see it where it's like, I gotta get away from it, because bad behavior and bad company corrupts morals. So if you be around that, and you are even in the earshot, for me, you gotta go. Or you ain't get up and move. You don't need that in you at all. Don't feel like you missing out on nothing. You ain't missing out on it. You don't need to be hearing any of that stuff. You don't need to be, that's not you. You're better to be, you are better than actually going into bad behavior. You are better than that. You are better than going back into that kind of mindset. You're better than that now. You have grown too much to go back into that kind of thinking. I'm not saying you're better than the people, But you're better than the circumstances of everything of talking and gossiping and all that stuff. You don't need that in your life. We don't need that. That where do you tell me that helps you grow? To know about somebody's tragedy or situation, or go into like, man, you don't understand what I got to deal with and blah blah blah, and he's this or she's that. Yeah, you don't know. Mm-mm. Get up and grow. Like I said a while ago, I can't. I don't even know what video it is, but you'll never hear nobody gossiping about God. Do you know he had a nerve to bless her? Do you know he had a nerve to sit there and change her life? Look at how God just changed her life around. Look how he didn't bless this gentleman and blessed him. He didn't gave that man a whole new life. God got some nerve. No, we don't. So we cannot participate in that. We participate in growth. We participate in production. We participate in love. We don't need to go out there and minimize and put ourselves down to be like, okay, this is what I'm used to. My family, this is what we do. My friends, this is what we do. Get up and go. Remove yourself from it. Because if you keep in that behavior, it's bound to come back in you. It's bound to come back on you. So we have to remove ourselves from it. You're going to be okay. Remember, we carry a whole different weight with us. And that weight is not a heavy weight. We carry a whole different mentality of love and joy and peace and happiness and growth and understanding. So you can get up and get away and move from it and grow. Don't allow it nowhere near you. So I thank you guys, because I have a couple more things to do. This video definitely may not be posted all the way until tomorrow, because I have to figure out exactly what is going on and why none of the videos are coming up. I have no clue. I mean, I'll be back at the phone place tomorrow, and hopefully they'll get it together. I don't know. So you guys have a great evening. You know, I gotta say the date for you. Today is July 28, 2021. It is now, yeah, this video may not get up there until tomorrow, because it is the second video, and it's 11:45 now. My first video was in the early 10 o'clock hour, but I just did not like how it was going. I don't want to be in a mindset of emptiness, because that's where the video was. It wasn't on delight, and I had to say, you know what, it's a delight to have God in me and to correct me. It's a delight to know that this is not, you know, something that needs to go up of you just sitting there talking and off the wall looking and going, yeah, no. Be a part of it. Be a part of your own journaling process. So I had to, like, no, that's not a video to actually post where I'm sitting there and playing with the cat and mine is just off, you know, still like I'm a mom, so I can test out my children and everything, even while I'm on, and get them a look and tell them to do that. But no, I wanted to be making sure I got on here, because the delight is a wonderful thing for correction, and the light of God coming out and representing, you know, himself in me, and how people see that I represent him. Yeah. So I thank you guys so much for subscribing to Just Be Audrey Lane. I got it, y'all. I got it. It's over here. I thank you so much for, you know, being on all of the social media platforms of Just Be Audrey Lane. Um, this video will be posted probably today. I don't know, if not tomorrow, but it is, you know, at least done on July 28th, 2021. I'll be back on tomorrow with you guys. Keep in mind, I love you. You love yourself. And more importantly, love God. Because He is doing awesome things in our lives. He is definitely moving in our lives. So I thank you. You guys go with God and have a wonderful night's sleep. And I will be back on tomorrow with you. All right now. Bye now.